Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, one of you asked me, I forgot the name, starts with an N, if I'm not mistaken, for the candy stitch to do an edge, let's say a border, you want a border. Well, I was thinking for this candy stitch, you might want this kind of edge or border, let's say. I did a sample here to show you. Well, I never do borders for my blankets. I always choose a stitch that has straight edges and I'm done. I barely have the patience to finish the blanket, let alone to waste a little bit more time to do the edges. But, I think this edge border, I think, goes with the candy stitch. Well, the way you're gonna do, let's say you have a blanket, you finish the blanket, and for this border you're gonna have to go around the blanket and, let's say, put single crochet around the blanket, one row, so you're gonna keep doing single crochets, let's say, around the blanket, and in the corners you're gonna have to put 2 single crochets. Like here I put 2 single crochets on the border. Well, this side it's easy because this is the top of the blanket, so you're gonna have the stitches here. But this let's say this border, the way I do it, it's called, I think, the crab stitch, that it's for the border only. It's not like you can do a blanket or something with that crab stitch. Okay, so I reach the corner, so in here I'm gonna put 2 single crochets, well, in the same stitch, let's say. So when you go with the border, the way the crab stitch, let's say, you go backwards. Well, I don't do that because I don't know, it's weird to me. You have to hold this here, then go back into the stitch, let's say, and then pull a loop, and then like this you do. Then you move to the next stitch, you insert your hook there, and you have to work a little bit the loops a little bit loose. So again, you go back to the next stitch. You're not going like this, So you go back into the next stitch, pull the yarn, and do like this. The way I do it, because, well, to me it's weird to do that. So the way I do it, let's say I go like the normal way. I move to the next in here, And the way I do it, I leave this loose, and you can do like this, or you can just twist this crochet like this, and you pull a loop. Leave this loop a little bit loose because this one at the end is gonna be crooked. So again, we're gonna go in the corner for the second one, because the corner has to kind of, make the corner, otherwise it's gonna be oval. So either you twist this like this and you do like that, the single crochet, but to me it's like, I just put it like this, I twist like this, and then, which is the same, I think. So I move to the next stitch, leave these loops loose enough, you twist the crochet hook, and then you pull like this. So again, leave this a little bit loose, and you kind of twist this, and it has to be a little bit loose, otherwise you're gonna struggle, and this is gonna shrink. So leave it loose, go to the next stitch, it's loose enough, twist this like this, and then pull the yarn, and it's gonna look like this. So you go into the next stitch. Well, make sure that this one is loose. You go into the next stitch, you pull up a loop, you kind of do it like this and then pull the yarn. Again, leave this a little bit loose, but if you want, you can do the crab stitch. There's so many tutorials with that. So again, leave this loose, go into the next stitch, and you do like this. Or like I said, you just, you know, go to the next stitch and you just twist this thing, but it's gonna take like forever. And you pull like this. And this is the edge that will give you. I think this one works nicely with this, let's say, this stitch. So you leave this loose, move to the next stitch, pull up a loop, kind of twist it like this, and then grab the yarn and pull the yarn through those loops. So now in the corner here, you again leave this loose and go into the corner stitch, let's say, and then twist like this, and then in here, I don't know, I think you should do 2 inside. Yeah, so leave this in the same stitch in the corner, pull another loop, again twist this like this, and then you move to the next stitch, make it like this. Yeah, I think this, but I like to go forward instead of going backwards like the crab stitch. Is just, I don't know, that doesn't sit well with me. So they're loose enough, just twist like this and then pull. Okay, move to the next stitch. Well, make sure that this is loose, because this one is going to be the strangled one. So you just make like this. But if you feel comfortable to do the crab stitch going backwards, well then, you know, I think you can do that. So I just twist like this. And you see, if you put 2 in the corner, it's gonna show nicely. So leave this loose, go to the next stitch, and kind of twist it like this. Again, leave this loose, and you have 2 loops, make it like this. Yeah, well, I don't do borders on the blankets, because sometimes depends on the stitch. You might put close or a little bit far apart the single crochet, and that is gonna, it's not gonna be even, yeah. But it's important with this, well, let's say the way I do the edge with this one, which, well, I don't know if it's the crab stitch, because the crab stitch is going backwards. You have to work with this loose, otherwise it's gonna shrink. So they're loose enough, you just twist like this, and you move to the next stitch, twist it like this. Okay, I just want to go into the corner and show you again to put 2 in that stitch. So let's say this is the corner, so in this stitch we're gonna do 2 of this. What am I doing? Okay, so twist like this, and you're gonna go back again into the same stitch, and you're gonna do another one just to give you a nice corner. Otherwise it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be oval. Okay, and now you move to the next stitch, twist like this, move to the next stitch, and when it's, you know, loose enough, you twist it like this, and you have, and you see the corner, it's nice, you know, it's not doesn't go really abrupt, you know. So leave this loose, you twist it like this, and then, yeah, it has to be a little bit loose, otherwise after you twist, you're not gonna have room to pass the yarn here. So you move to the next stitch. But you have to make one row of single crochet. Now depends, well, not depends. You might have only one side that you have the top stitches, but the rest it's not. So you're gonna have to put one row around the blanket, single crochet, and then do this if you like this this style of edge or border. So again, you leave this loose a little bit, and then you twist, and you do like this. Yeah, well, it's nice, this one, but I don't know, if you, like I said, if you want to try the crab stitch, I think that is the best border for this stitch. And you twist like this. Well, I'm working now on a blanket, but it's with the granny stitch, and on that one I have to put the border, but I'm gonna do like a shell border. So you go into the next stitch, twist like this, and now you reach the corner. So in this stitch in the corner, let's say for your blanket, you're gonna have to put two. Depends now how thick is the yarn. So I did one, and I will go back again into the same stitch, and I'm gonna do one more just to give that corner a little bit like that angle. Okay, move to the next, and you kind of twist like this. Well, I think you got the idea. So it looks like well, let's make one more here. So you twist like this, and you do like that. And when you reach the end, well, let's just do this row, and I'm gonna, well, I think I'm gonna finish this thing. Okay, so let's do this a little bit faster. So when you reach the end, you're just gonna go into the next stitch, and you're gonna do a slip stitch. Yeah, and then you're gonna hide the tail, and that's about it. Yeah, but I don't put borders because, oh boy, I barely have the patience to finish the blanket, and I don't have small babies to say that, oh, that's good, it's just a baby, the blanket is gonna be not so long or wide. Well, we all are a little bit grown up, so especially my kid. So the blanket, it's gonna take like forever to, even for him to do that. So you just keep twisting like this. So again, we reach the corner, so we're gonna do two of these in the same stitch. So you twist like this. So we're gonna go back into the same stitch, and we're gonna do another one. And then when you reach here, you go into, oops, into here, and you slip stitch. Yeah, if you want, you can go more, let's say in here, and do another, well, that's not gonna be the, and you chain one, you cut the yarn, and then you hide. But when you hide the tail, don't go here, go with the tail here. It's gonna make it, you know, it's not gonna pull back in a way. Yeah, it's gonna be right here. So when you hide the tail, go with the tail here and make it. And well, this is the edge that, or the border that I think for you it's gonna look nice. Yeah, with this this stitch, let's say. If you are to put a border with, I don't know, with like shells or escallop or whatever is that, I don't know. It might look nice, but in my opinion, it's too fluffy, too, I don't know. I think this one is just perfect. So look into the crab stitch. Maybe you would like to do that, you know, working backwards than how I showed you. Yeah. Well, this is the edge that you might be able to do it, or you're gonna like this edge. But I stay away from edges for my my blankets. I just don't like to do that. Okay guys, well, this is it. I hope it helps. If you have more questions, well, please do ask me and I will answer. Yeah, okay. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.